Hello. We start off this week in Indy with Ryan and Roger Shamrock welcoming us to SAPW. This week is Indy, and it is a series that I will do highlighting a few matches from our partner Indy Promotion. First, as you can see, we're starting off with SAPW and Batu and Blake Maddrick in a one-on-one match. These are two men that we recognize quite well if we watch stuff like DCW, UEW, REW. Big forearm right there. Bobby would follow that up by dropping Blake Maddrick onto his knee. However, it would be followed by only a 2 count. Bobby would manage to dodge a strike from Blake, only to eat a spear for the. We then go over to LWA as our LWA United States Champion takes on Denis Loore in a one-on-one bout. Big power bomb as Silko would show off his strength against Denis Loore. A second power bomb would follow that up, but his cockiness would allow Denis to come back with a dropkick or two. Not only a few dropkicks, but a flatliner would follow. Silko would then eat a neck breaker only to come back with a very large boot and an avalanche falcon arrow. If that wasn't devastating enough, though, Denis Loore would somehow manage to fight back to his feet just for Silko to hit him with a big boot. However, another 2 count. Denis Loore would then fight back with a suicide dive and another flatliner, this time springboarding from the second rope. Very good kickoff, as you can see. Denis Loore tripping him up and locking him into a crossface. Very impressive. However, a feast your eyes would be enough for the three, and our champion, Kyland, would manage to walk away with the victory. We now move over to IGEW as we have 3 matches to highlight from here. We have Lulu Mendez, who you may recognize from REW, taking on Mickie Zalt, somebody who has never been seen on the RL network up until now. Lulu would start choking her, the devious heel she is, only for Mickie to come back with a lariat, just to be put into a very tight submission. Can't get out of that. And a chiropractor to follow would be enough for the 3 count. We now have Doran, the IGEW Openweight Champion, doing an open challenge, and it's been answered by fan favorite Devon L. Van Kaiser. Start off the match by raising the roof, if you will. Doran did not like that and would show his power, his pure power, being able to pick up Devon. Few punches would follow, showing off more strength by hitting Devon with a pile driver. And that would put him away. We now have the last of the 3 IGEW matches, as Arik Jorvinny would make his RL Network debut alongside his opponent, Nate Hortmen. Nate would manage to fight out of that submission, just to be caught in a brutal German suplex. He would rise back up and hit him with a shoulder tackle, however. Arik would take more punishment as a chop to the back of the head and a kick to the chest. would be devastating. Jorvinny would attempt to fight back a little bit with an arm drag just to be met with some beautiful forearms. Being hit with a god complex for his efforts. However, that would only score Nate a 2. It would then look like Nate was going for a suicide dive. However, he stopped just before hitting him with a double axe handle from the apron, proclaiming he would not dive. Jorvinny and Nate would then have to run into the ring, just barely beating the 10 count. Nate would hit him with a big pile driver KOD. Again, only for a 2, showing Jorvinny's resilience as he would begin to fight back. He'd continue fighting back with a suicide dive to the outside, as well as logging him in a very unique submission. With nowhere to go, Nate would have to fight out of it, and that he did, just to be able to hit him with a one last prayer. And that would be enough for the 3 count. Nate would celebrate his victory as he should. That was a hard-fought win against Arik Jorvinny. We then move over to Elite Mongolian Wrestling as Jochi Khanori looks to take the Elite Mongolian Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship off of the current champion, Batu. If I do say so myself, that is a beautiful looking championship. And the match would start with both men on point, catching each other's moves, dodging roundhouse kicks, drop kicks, regular kicks. Jochi would be caught in a vertebraker, however. But his resilience would get Batu only a 2. Some arm submissions from Jochi would follow, trying to wear down that arm. He'd follow that up with a big, devastating knee to the face, and would show his desperation by doing anything it takes to try and win this championship. Batu would kick out and hit him with a roll of the dice, and that would get him the 1, 2, 3 count to retain the Elite Mongolian Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. A very hard-fought match. But then, after the match, we'd see the Elite Mongolian Wrestling debut of REW's own Ricky Ruby, who would assault Batu after his hard-fought defense. He would hit him with a brainbuster onto the knee and a modified Gym Slicer to leave him laying and end off the show.